Hey, what's up? Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another coffee chats for you guys because surprisingly I asked my Instagram what videos you guys want to see and coffee chats was kind of high up on the list. But yeah, apparently you guys like it when I discuss kind of like more personal things, so here it is. So today I actually wanted to talk about relationships, but specifically I wanted to talk about how to balance relationships with work, with life, and all of that. And I know for some this may seem like totally a redundant question, like what do you mean how do I balance my relationship? You just have a relationship and then you have your work. It's like two separate things and they work together and things just work out. But I know that's not how it is for everybody. That's honestly, that wasn't how it was for me at all. I know a lot of my friends' relationships have kind of like taken a toll or have ended because they just weren't compatible in the way that they balance their relationship and life. And I think that's something that's really, really important to consider when you're getting into a relationship with somebody, is whether their method of balancing relationships in life, like whether their balance, their ratio of importance for these things matches yours, or whether it can be like negotiated and compromised. Because sometimes you'll meet somebody who's great and you are compatible in like what you do and what you like and stuff, but they, for example, like to place relationships at a really high priority in their life, and they want to put, like when they get into a relationship, they want to put their partner first above all else, above work, above life, above fitness, all of that. Whereas if you're the kind of person who prioritizes work and a social life and your friends the same amount or more than, you know, your relationship, then there's gonna be an issue. And I'm not saying it's either of your faults per se. I think it's just a difference in value. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to like address the issue and chat a little bit about what I've learned through going through relationships, how I personally balance my relationship with my life. So for me, what I think I struggled with the most is balancing my relationship with one, the time that I spend with my friends, and two, work. I am somebody who likes to keep very, very busy, and whether that's with work or with hanging out with friends, I just try to make sure that my schedule is like relatively full. Like I obviously give myself the time off to do like stuff that I need to do, run errands, do me time, all of that, but I do like to keep my schedule relatively full week by week. So when I got into a relationship, I found that it was kind of hard putting them in my schedule. And then it kind of gets to the point, and this always happens to me, but it kind of gets to the point where I want to spend so much time with my partner that I start to neglect other aspects of my life. But I think finally I'm learning to balance it out. I think there's always that stage where you're in a fresh relationship where you're like, oh my god, I want to spend all of my time with this person. We have such a good time together. We want to do all the same things.
How old is he?
42.
Same! My younger brother's 42 also. Same! I mean 32. 32, same. I was gonna say, I was thinking the same.
Weird.
But mine's
You thought
32
42 and then he said 32.
32.
That's so same.
Like, I just enjoy spending time with them. But it gets to a point where you need to reassess whether your priorities are set straight. Look at your goals and see, you know, what your schedule should really look like if you want to achieve those goals. And I'm not just saying look at your like financial or like career goals, because obviously you're gonna want to prioritize work above your relationship if you're only looking strictly at those goals. But look at your personal goals as well. You know, like where do you see your relationship going? Where do you see yourself, like single or married or, you know, whatever, down 5 years, down 10 years? Kind of take all of those things into consideration when you're thinking about like the balance, the ratio of importance that your relationship and other aspects of your life hold. But anyways, for me personally, that's what I struggle with between relationship, work, and my friends. I'm able to just spend time with my family because we like, it's easy for us to make plans. Like they kind of work around my schedule when I'm busy and I kind of work around their schedule when they're busy. So that's like not that big of an issue. So my process of trying to learn to balance my time between my relationship, my work, and my friends has kind of broken down into, I guess, like a couple of different topics or categories, and I'm gonna share those with you guys today. So number one, I think you guys have to be on the same page, you and your partner, whether that's your values, your goals, your priorities. I think it doesn't, like, you guys don't necessarily have to have the exact same priority order in your life, but you need to be on the same page, as in you need to communicate and let each other know what your priorities are, what your goals are, how you want to spend your time, and then come to an agreement on something that works for the both of you. So in the example that I was giving earlier, if your partner is somebody who wants to prioritize the relationship first, but you want to still prioritize work pretty high, you need to come to a middle ground where you're giving your relationship enough attention and effort and love that they're reasonably satisfied, and they need to let you have your own time to work and to work on yourself and to work on your growth and all of that. And you need to come to like this sweet point where both of you are satisfied. You may not be getting exactly what you want, but both of you are satisfied and you're making it work. So be on the same page. Have open communication about what your goals are, how you're planning to achieve them, your timeline, all of that. And I know it's kind of scary to share those things in a fresh relationship, especially in today's day and age where I feel like relationships always start out so shallow and so, oh, it's just like there's games to be played and this and that, and I can go on, I can create a whole different video about the issues that I see in today's relationships. But when you find somebody who you genuinely like don't want to fuck around with, don't want to play games with, and you know you want to be in a relationship, like a serious relationship with them, and they feel the same about you, almost dropped my notebook. You need to have that open communication, because it is so key, like so key to making things work.
We're gonna have to work at this every day, but I want to do that because I want you.
Number two, obviously make time for each other. Whether your priorities align or not, like maybe he could be a workaholic too and you're a workaholic, or maybe both of you want to prioritize your family first. Whatever your priorities, your goals, your values are, you still need to make time for yourself, you still need to make time for each other in the relationship. My best tip for this is just to kind of set a routine. And I know a lot of people are scared to get into routines with their relationships, with their friendships and stuff, because they're scared that it's gonna make it boring. But personally, I don't think that. Personally, I love a little bit of scheduling and routine when it comes to, well, especially when it comes to like managing my time, but I'm a little bit of a freak like that. But anyways, I like to kind of have days or times throughout the week blocked off for specific things that we like to do. So for example, we can go and have like a workout together on Mondays, or he can sleep over on these particular days, I can sleep over on these particular days. We can schedule like one day out of the week to just spend time and like watch movies and cook together at night. There's so many different ways that you can do it, but it is really important, I think, to just schedule time and be with each other and spend time with each other, because I think it makes a world of difference, especially if you are somebody who's really busy, who's trying to balance like all of these things in your life. Just create a schedule. Even if it's like your work, your friends, your relationship, and your family. Maybe Mondays to Fridays, 9 to 5, I just focus on work. But then maybe Thursday afternoons, after work, I go and work out with my friends. And then maybe Sundays, I schedule off a time where I do weekly coffee dates with my friends. And then maybe I spend like Saturday nights having dinner with my family. And then like Tuesday and Thursdays, spending time with my partner. There's a lot that you can do with your scheduling, and when you actually sit down and calendar block out your schedule, you'll find that there are times in your day, in your week, in your month where you can go and do stuff and you can make plans and can give time to your relationship. So yeah, just try it out. I actually have a video where I talk about calendar blocking and how I use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and link it above for you guys so you guys can go check it out. Number three, kind of cheeky, and I know it's been said so many times in so many ways, follow the golden rule of treat others how you want to be treated. And in this specific instance, what I mean is show your partner the amount of support and understanding that you want back. So this is something that I have really tried to live by, and this is a piece of advice that I always try to give to my friends, is it's easy to kind of get caught up in your emotions And whether you're having a bad day or you didn't sleep well the night before, you can sometimes take that out on your partner, whether it's through like, you know, silent treatment, whether you pick a fight with them, whether you're just like short with your temper, whatever it is.
Enough! You are all of you beneath me. I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
But just always try to remember, try to treat your partner the way that you want to be treated. So if they were in your situation, if the roles were reversed, how would you want to be treated in that situation? And then taking it a step further, make sure to always show them the support and understanding that you would want. So if you made a mistake, what would you want your partner to say to you? What would you want them, like how would you want them to react? So kind of always keep that in mind when you are dealing with things in relationships, because like relationships are different than your family and your friends who will always stick by you no matter what. I'm not saying that there are no relationships that like are as solid as those kinds of relationships, because there totally are. There totally are relationships that are just as solid as like a family bond or a friendship bond. But I'm just saying that on average, most relationships are a lot more fragile than your friendships or than your family. So if you accidentally take out your anger on your family, like most likely they're still gonna love you at the end of the day, and they're just gonna brush it off because they've known you your whole life. But this may not necessarily be true in a relationship. So just something to consider. It's something that I always come across, like it's an issue I definitely struggle with myself. I know a lot of my friends struggle with it, and my partner struggles with it a little bit. Yeah, just it's something to keep in mind, and it's something that I'm honestly working on still. So yeah, just follow the golden rule. It's so hard. I know it's so hard. I feel like it's getting easier now that I'm getting older and I'm a little bit more conscious of how I behave. And I'm a little bit less emotional, but yeah, still need to like really work on it, and I think everybody does, so I think that's just a good piece of advice just to stick in there. Number 4 is an important one, but it's take space when you need it. And I think a lot of people are scared to do this because they're scared that when they do take space from their relationship, that it could alter their relationship, or it could change their relationship, or it could affect their relationship negatively. I will tell you now, if you just have open communication about it, there is absolutely nothing wrong with taking space. And whether that's taking space to do work, whether that's just taking space to be by yourself, whether that's just taking space to spend time with your friends and family, just talk about it with your partner. Let them know how you're feeling and why you're feeling the way you're feeling and why you want to take space, and I'm sure they will be understanding of it. Don't be afraid to say no to hanging out. Don't be afraid to vocalize that, hey, I'm really busy today and I really can't spend time. Like, let's reschedule to another day. I think that's really important in a relationship, because sometimes I don't want to say you force yourself to hang out with them, but you force yourself to make so much time for them, and all the other aspects of your life starts to drag behind, and that can sometimes just blow up in your face and really stress you out, give you anxiety, and just make you feel like crap.
Okay, fine, I'm cool, I'm fine.
So really, so important to remember this, but just take space when you need it. Take time when you need it. And yeah, I feel like not only is that gonna help your relationship, but it's gonna help you keep your sanity when you're trying to plan out your life too. So it's an important one. Number 5, do the decision 2-step. This is kind of one that I discovered when I was like reading through some lifestyle blogs, trying to gather information for this video, but I realized it was something that I was already kind of like subconsciously doing, but I thought I would just share it. Even if it's something that I think is so simple, I thought I would just share it in case this is not how you think and this is not how your mindset works when it comes to relationships. But essentially what the decision 2-step is when you are in a relationship that you value and you care for and that you want to work, when you make a decision, step 1, you have to make the decision for you, but step 2, you also have to consider your partner when you're making decisions. So if, let's say, work all of a sudden offers you like a month-long business trip where you have to leave and go stay in another city, in another country, and do work there, when you're making that decision, yes, number one priority is you and your growth and your career, but also don't forget to consider your partner. Since you decided that you're going to be in this relationship, then be in this relationship. Take responsibility for making that decision. Take responsibility for your choice that you want to be in this relationship, and make sure that you're playing your part. Don't go into a relationship wanting to be in a relationship, but then don't play the part of being a good girlfriend or being a good wife or whatever it is. So do the decision two-step. It works, it's important. I think it's just something that you naturally do when you're in a relationship, like especially when it's a relationship that you value. But if you need a little bit of a reminder sometimes, there you go. Lastly, I think this is number 6, forgive and apologize. I think those are two really, really important things to remember about just being in a relationship, but also about finding balance in your life and in your relationship, is just to remember to be kind, forgive, and apologize. Forgive them when they do something wrong. Forgive them when they're in a bad mood and they act out, because you want them to forgive you when you do stupid shit and you fuck up too. And don't forget to learn to apologize. I struggle with this sometimes. There are times where I apologize too much, and then there's times where I don't apologize enough. So find a good balance, but learn to apologize when you're wrong, when you know you're in the wrong, and forgive them when you know they're in the wrong. Because there's no point in holding those grudges in your relationship. If you really want your relationship to work out, like, lose the battle, win the war. Like those, I think that has been kind of my mantra about relationships for so long, but I used to kind of look at it in an unhealthy way. Now I'm a lot better in that I'm more secure about what I want and who I am and like my actions and all of that, but it still does apply. Like, lose the battle, win the war. And it's not even necessarily like lose the battle. It's like tie the battle, win the war. End the battle, win the war. Like, just learn to forgive, learn to forget, and learn to apologize. And I think that's going to take you so far, whether it is your lover-love relationship, whether it's with your family, whether it's with your friends, whether it's for work, like whatever it is. Really important piece of advice. And yeah. I've been talking with my hands this entire video, so I hope that some of it got cut out because I feel like that was way too many hand gestures. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am feeling good about sitting down and chatting with you guys again. I actually do really like to do these coffee chats, but there's a period where I was definitely, it's not that I was running out of ideas, but it just wasn't something that I was able to like balance and juggle creatively, and there was other things that I wanted to do. But I'm glad we're back, we're chatting, we're having coffee. I don't have my coffee actually. I'm doing intermittent fasting and I can't eat for another half hour, but my hypothetical coffee, just pretend that this is a nice coffee and not water. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you did. If you want to check out any of my other social media, they're all in the down bar. I'm the most active on my Instagram, but I have Twitter as well. I have a Pinterest. I have a mailing list, so yeah, go and check it out. I'm aiming to do more of these where I just chat about different topics that are like on my mind and that I want to, I don't know, discuss with you guys. So if you have any ideas, any like problems you're having in your life that you want advice on, or that you just want to chat about, leave them in the comments down below and I will try to make the next coffee chat about that. But that is all. I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.